Hi, it's Hazel. Welcome to an exciting video. I have been antiquing, which is actually code for saying I spent more than I would have if I'd have gone to secondhand or thrift stores. However, we know that we can't really often compare the quality of the purchases. So I feel good about what I bought, and I wanted to share this stuff with you. This first item is a ledger, and you can tell that it's not very old. It is probably about 15 inches wide, and I'd say 13 inches tall. The whole thing won't fit in frame, and I know that you can understand. Whoops, sorry. I know that you can understand why. It doesn't have the lovely handwriting, from the 1890s or whatever. It's from the 70s. Well, when you think about that, that's 50 years ago. So I'm happy to have it. Most of it is full. I'd say there are maybe 15 pages or so at the end that are not. Let me get this thing off my desk because it's banging the photo arm. Whoops. Anyway, let me show you a few other things. I've never seen this publication before. It's called The Grade Teacher. It's from 1948. Kind of a cool image there. And I gather that it was directed at, it's an Ideals thing. I have a collection of Ideals magazines. So it's got ads. I guess it's really directed at teachers, so, that'll be a slightly different sort of focus or angle or whatever. So that's always a good thing. I haven't even really flipped through this because, like I said, I ended up getting several what I consider really incredible scores. So we'll stop. I'll stop with this one. Just basically showing you that there are lots of things that exist out there that I certainly don't know about, and maybe you're in the same boat. So I guess maybe the message there is be open to anything and everything. And I know that we all think that creative people think differently than the average Joe, in that we see possibilities where others see junk or something that needs to be chucked out. So there's that. This, I couldn't find a date on it. And normally I wouldn't care about something like this, although these pages are cool. Oh, there's a stray American stamp there. I found that the price was affordable based on the number of stamps that they said was in here. It must have been a Canadian collector because the bulk of the stamp, there's nothing there. The bulk of the stamps that are in here are Canadian, and they estimated them to be a couple hundred. So we know that we can buy little pouches of stamps, that proportionately are costing a lot more than that. So that I can just add that to my existing stamp collection. This was different in that, it's a really ratty pouch for one thing. I guess it was grouped. It was in a bag. And so, of course, we know that this can be used in some way, although this side is fairly dirty. This can definitely be used. Don't think I was able to find a date on here. But basically what it is, are blueprints This must have been a house package that Clark Homes was selling. They say December, but the Lord alone knows what year. Oh, 1955. So, I mean, obviously there's interest in something like this. It was pretty modest by today's standards. Do we know the number of square feet? Maybe not on this page. But okay, here's a bedroom, 88 square feet. So that is pretty tiny. 11.9 from here to here, 11 feet 9 inches. And this is 8.5 feet. So yeah, pretty tiny by today's standards. I just thought this was rather cool. Nice blue cover. Then there are assembly instructions. If you order the home package, you could put it together yourself. How to put the beams together. No, those are joists. No, that's the roof. So this is typewritten in a fairly large font. Some, you know, sort of architectural drawings there. So that's all got possibilities as well. And then this one is in sadder shape. Oh, maybe this was a different version. Or maybe this was the working copy where the trades actually had it on site. So I thought that was kind of cool. Then this was grouped in the same bag, and it says it's a unique system of simplified farm bookkeeping, and an SO agent, this fellow, I guess from Camrose, must have given these out to clients or customers, I mean. So, 1958. So these are ads, different tables that farmers might have used for, you know, hog, sheep, poultry, keeping track of their livestock inventory. A financial statement or a sample one. These are really nice. Oh, it's basically showing, it's an example of how you'd fill it out. A subdivision in some community. I should probably speed things along here because there are better things to show you. Excavate and backfill, that cost $100. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness. 43 yards of concrete at $14.25 a yard. The price when we did our edition in 2018 was probably $150 a yard, a cubic yard. So yeah, there's been a bit of inflation. Okay, this is a building, an application for a building permit, 1958. More odds and ends. Do you think that today's building regulations would fit on a partial piece of paper? I doubt it. An estimate for the house package, less a discount. That took them up to $3,848. Wow. So, excuse me, there's a lot of good material here. I should say that if you have listened or watched and listened to any of my recent videos, I want to apologize for the coughing and the throat clearing. I've had a chronic cough for much of my life. And I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, because now that I'm listening to these videos, I'm thinking, holy cow, that's damn annoying. So I'm trying an over-the-counter. I'm just taking these things out of the pouches they came in. These were different lots of material, all related to the CPR, Canadian Pacific Railway, and dated 1910. Anyway, I'm back. Sorry, skipping around here. I'm trying an over-the-counter medication to see if that helps. I'm also working hard candy around to try to lubricate my throat a bit. Okay, so this is, well, who knows what this is. I don't know if it's a guy's, I don't know what this is. Oh, I guess that the CPR must have bought a right-of-way somewhere near Kamloops from this guy for the grand total of $1,625 in 1910. I liked this packet of papers because of the cool ink colors. Is that shallow of me? I don't know. Cute little Brad holding it all together. So there are a few of these. Again, because it looked to me, I didn't take them all out of their packages there, but it looked to me like there were different documents in each one. So this one is talking about, oh, they must have subcontracted some work out to somebody. There's a contract number there. This is in Ontario now, and this is 2012. So they did a retaining wall, a line diversion, and fill. So again, the prices are, I mean, they're beyond belief compared to today's prices. So again, you know, between the nice red ink on the form, the typewritten little things in the charge boxes, the interest, and the numbers themselves because of how low they are, and the typewriter color just made this kind of appealing to me. This one has a receipt attached for $69. Oh, and these are school taxes. This is, oh, something in Quebec. Oh, French. Didn't even know. I didn't realize that was French. So, and then I'm not even sure what these are. I think there are 8 or 10 of them. They must have been stuck on one of those nail type, those spiky type things. August 1912. So I like those and the possibilities that arise around them. This, I'll just take this loose one. Maybe this one is loose. This is creamery. I mean, this is butter wrapper. You can tell by the rustling. So this would have, I mean, anyone who's a certain vintage may remember buying butter in this wrapper before they were put in boxes. So this was an Alberta dairy pool, and I think on this roll here there are probably, I think I counted 11 of them. This outer one you can see is really, looking a little worse for wear, but that's good because that's what we like. So that has possibilities as well. Now this, it looked so familiar to me in the store. I think I might have seen this in a recent online auction. So I suspect that somebody bought it at auction and then, you know, put it in their booth. It is, I don't know what it is, but it's a hardcover. It's sort of, you know, poofy. It's got a fabric spine, fabric corners. This was loose. So you can see that it had some sort of, well, something is missing from this side. Might have to MacGyver this in some way. Or maybe it didn't even come from this. Who knows? It was tucked in the inside cover. This is raised, and I think that, you know, at some point, obviously, I will clean it up and see if it can be revived as a journal cover. It would be really quite nice. I'm just seeing how gross it is here in terms of being dirty. It is in sad shape, but we know that these kinds of things have possibilities for collage or repairing it and continuing to use the openings as intended. Now, part of what helped make the decision to buy it is the fact that it had, I think, can't remember if this was the one that had 11 photos and 11 postcards. So I'm just going to remove these as I go through here. Didn't want to do that ahead of time. None of these have the really cool backgrounds. This is somebody's, see, it doesn't say what year, but it was a little bit of a wedding announcement. This guy has clearly seen better days. Some of these are very attractive, some less so. I wouldn't be surprised if the person who owned this, you know, cherry picked the best ones out of there. You know, and that's certainly what a person can do when they own something. And it would be easy enough to understand. But some of them are just gorgeous, though. So I can see, like, look at that. I can just see these ending up in a digital kit. Here's another one. And then here are spaces for smaller ones. This is, oh, that had its own price tag on it. And that is the end of the book. This last, I wonder if this is really attached or if it's just grunge holding it together. Anyway, these, okay, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. The price I paid, knowing that I was getting 11 usable cards, made it worthwhile to me. Set that aside. Ooh, I'm running out of places to put things. And this is the last of the stuff from the first place I went to. I thought this was cool because it was a trifold, because it's purpley, or maybe it was, I don't know what the original color was. I see now that it says 1945. These were just miscellaneous documents. This is a long service pass that this guy must have been, because it's so-and-so and wife, must have gotten a pass for the Canadian Pacific Railway, and he had one for several years. This is just a cute little, I'm not even sure what it is, to be honest. It is some sort of an envelope. I better be careful here not to. I won't force that. But anyway, it opens up like so. So it's like sort of a self-mailer, I guess, in a sense. 1887. Oh, and it's British because it's in pounds and shillings. So I do have to see if I can gently open that up without damaging it. A couple of gorgeous postcards. No date on those. And this was a cute little card. Hearty good wishes. $1. Now these two magazines, books, whatever they are, came from the same booth and neither had covers. So I can only imagine that they were damaged. I did find, okay, it was in the thicker one, I thought, that I came across something that said, so this was something that McLean, maybe this was a McLean's magazine. Oh, 1911. So there's a lot of goodness in here in terms of ads. And this is kind of a really nice size. Oops. Oh yeah. Almost 9 3/4 inches. I'm so sorry. And 7 inches. So a lot of ads, different fonts, very usable, a very usable size for sure. And because of the age, definitely scannable. Oh, look, the ideal scrapbook. So we certainly didn't invent the concept. Oh, this is one of those, almost like a Hoosier cabinet. So yes, this was the better of the two. Some line illustrations. That's an MP of some kind. That kind of scrolly stuff is always nice. There's a lovely lady. The Duchess of wherever. British ambassador to the U.S. Yeah, so I was happy with that. This one is skinnier. It's also newer. I think this might be from the, I thought I saw something in here that said the 40s. And basically it is photographs. So, I mean, yeah, they're great. They're still great. It's Montreal. 31. So not quite as exciting a purchase or a find as the first one, but still good possibilities. And a price point that a person isn't reluctant to, take it apart, remove those staples, and actually use the real thing, because it is not scannable. This is 1916, and it looks like it came from the, where did I see it? Oh, the Department of Fine Arts. So this is a little, I don't know, brochure, whatever, about Raphael, the painter. And the series is Learn One Thing Every Day. Department of Fine Arts. Oh, Rutgers College. So really, I mean, isn't that gorgeous? And then inside are all these, I think there were 7 or 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different reproductions of his work. Now, obviously, something like this is a lot more, just checking to see what you can see, a lot more attractive than some of these very, have you noticed how violent some of the subject matter was? Okay, that, like this. Oh, that's killing a dragon. No wonder it's violent. Yeah, so there is a bit of a religious theme to that, but that was really good. And I don't know, I can't decide between these two which is the better score of the day. This book is in sad shape, cost a fair bit of money, but it's got all of these color plates of jewelry. Look at those rings. This is obviously from England because it's in pounds. Like, can you, and the gold is actually metallic. I don't know if I angle it, will you be able to see that? So then here's the different markings on silver. I don't think I actually saw any prices in here. But look at, would you not buy a digital with these images? So you know, I've got scanning to do now until forever. Some 15 karat gold brooches. Brooches. Oh, these are brooches too. Pendants. Pendants with photos in them. Crosses. Lockets. Crosses. Gold fob seals. Oh my goodness, that's cool. Bracelets. Gem set pins and studs. So I don't know if those would have been, you know, lapel pins, hat pin. Oh, these are scarf pins. Earrings. Again, color, gold. Mold. Gold and mold. Matchboxes. Cigarette purses. Medals. Cigarette cases. Clocks. Pocket watches. Photo frames. Silver tea sets. Solid silver. A shoehorn. Glove stretcher. A button hook. Manicure scissors. Oh, look, a little calendar. 1905 in that sample. I mean, in this 4 inches high. Cool. Dresser sets, or well, you know, I don't know. I guess dresser sets could also refer to the linens that used to sit on dressers. Combs and pocket knives. And fruit, what's a fruit knife? A silver toothpick. Serviette ring, what we would call a napkin ring. Oh, these are called toilet sets. I've got a lovely one. Buckles. Vases. Oh, this is another style of calendar. Rose bowls. A menu holder. How refined would you have to be to need a menu holder? Silver hallmarked puff and scent bottles. Oh, you could keep your powder puff in these. Hat pin box, 3 5/8 by 1 3/4 of an inch. perfume bottles, pin cushions. Oh my goodness. This sort of outclasses the tomato that a lot of us use. Good selling lines. So a cigarette box, a snuff box. Oh dear. Please don't use snuff, guys. A box to hold 2 packs of cards. A little fancy dancy ash, well, they're calling it ash bowl. An inkstand. A trinket box. More a thing for ink. A child's cup. Oh my God. It's a good thing some of these names have evolved over time. This is a jewel casket. Velvet and silk lined to take watches and rings. Ivy leaf, silver shouldered ink bottle. Combination rocker, blotter, stamp box, and calendar. Pens and pencils. Gorgeous. How about a silver engraved toothpick? And some perforated orders, again with a little bit of not so special mold. So I will be taking this apart and don't even know how it's, oh, sewn signatures. So that'll make it easy. And of course, I'll salvage this red stuff. Back cover. Okay, and finally, and I don't know, I've never heard of this company before, and apparently it was out of Winnipeg. I'm thinking that this might have been, well, I don't know. I have to do some research. Again, a big book, 12 inches by 9.5. This is a wholesale catalog. So it has okay, the first part, well, I flipped through it just today before I started the tape. Cool index. Couldn't really find a date on it, so I'm gonna have to do some work on that. Anyway, cool index, and then they sold everything from, well, I was gonna say from soup to nuts. Obviously they didn't sell soup or nuts, but household things like brooms, brushes, mops, wicker, shaving brushes, wringer attachments for your tubs, wringer roller repairs, ironing boards. Okay, so just to give you an idea of the time frame, and I have an ironing board like this. Not very practical, to be honest, because it's not adjustable in height. So if it's the wrong ergonomic height for you, tough. $60 for a dozen, which meant that they each cost $5. So clearly they were selling things in large quantities. So here you would have had to buy a dozen of these wringer thingamajiggers. Oh, see, you could buy this electric washing machine for a wholesaler could buy it for $150. These are samples of paper that I guess, oh yeah, were sold by the roll. So this is craft paper, machine glazed craft narrow striped, 25 pounds to, oh, and this is considered green, 25 pounds to 480 sheets. And the sheets were 24 by 36 inches. Oh, and look, washboards. A dozen washboards for, well, just under $12. This is maroon. This is purple. This is brown. This is brown. This is a lighter weight, 17 pounds. This is 25 pounds. This is the broad striped one, 40 pounds. Butcher's Manila, tough and durable, having remarkable moisture-resisting qualities, suitable for use in butcher shops and packing houses. None better for meat wrapping. Here's another one for butchers. And let's see, so it's got that, oh, it's kind of perforated there, so that's going to be easy to get out of here. So there's sort of stationary type things. Or, well, I guess it's more like store owners. Oh, you know what? When my mom and dad had a store, had a bakery, we had a paper cutter like that because, of course, you had a roll of brown paper on there and you'd rip it off whatever length to wrap the whole loaves of bread in brown paper and then tie the whole kit and caboodle together with string that was on a spool. So these are the sort of supplies that a storekeeper would be using. Paper bags, wax paper. Maybe he was selling ice cream. Some paint. Is this paint? Yeah, it must be paint colors. Oh, crepe. No, crepe paper. Doilies. Don't we all love doilies? Napkins. Straws. Toilet paper. Toilet paper holders. See, you thought this was a plunger, but in fact, it's a force cup. Sanitary closet accessories. Matches, boxes of matches. Excuse me. Butter making equipment. I'm not going to flip through every page, although I'm certainly amused by this. Window shades. Look at, they came in 3 colors. Wow. Rods, curtain rods. Anyway, let's speed this up a bit. So the back of the book has wardrobe trunks that some of us have had the pleasure of seeing. Luggage. Looks like a doctor's bag. I have a suitcase, something like that. I didn't know they were called Turo packs. Smoker stands. Furniture, for heaven's sakes. So this walnut veneered chiffonier, 49 inches tall, 32 inches wide, cost $40. $40. Wholesale. So these guys didn't sell crap because that was the wholesale price. Tea wagons and porcelain top tables. That would be cool for crafting on. Drop leaf tables. This is like a Hoosier cabinet, and I have one of those. It's got an enamel. This counter is kind of enameled. I don't have that. I think that's a flower dispenser. But I do have the, what do you call it? Like the roll top closure, the rack, the 3 drawers, the little cutting board. Yeah, it's pretty well exactly like that without that one attachment. This Chesterfield cost $79.50. Hardwood frame, wire-tied spring, steel under construction, filling of flax fiber and white cotton felt, covered in mohair taupe, walnut and blue with figured reversible cushion tops to match. Jacquard overall, 78 inches long. Good stuff. Cedar chests. Those of us that are a certain vintage all had a cedar chest when we were about to get married. Little stoves. Floor registers. Furnace of some sort. Little stove, more stoves. A cook stove. A cook stove. Baby cutters, which we would call like a sled, I guess. Toboggans and sleds. Aw. Look, a baby walker, those death traps. $5.50 each. Bicycle tires, patch kits. A rowing machine. I guess if you invested $12 or whatever the retail was, and it became just a junk collector in the basement, wouldn't feel too bad. Golf clubs, tennis rackets, gloves. Oh my God, those gloves look kind of... Wonder what they'd stop. Wonder what they'd protect. Baseballs, fishing paraphernalia, thermos, lighters, pipes. Gotta speed up here. Blank books. Okay, look, this is called a counter book. 14 3/4 tall, 6 inches wide, 120 pages. $3.60 for a dozen. Now, oh, tag cover, so it would have been kind of a lightweight cover. Okay, let's see what this red Caratol black back and corners with hubs, black cloth sides, paged, titled, and finished in imitation gold, green edges, round corners, heavyweight, special number 12 blank book paper, ruled with unit lines. Ledgers have one AC with index. Journals have 2 columns. Cash have 2, 3, or 4 columns. Records and day books. 200-page ones cost $4 each. 14 by 9. Unreal. Lien notes, promissory notes. Little envelopes. Half thousand in box. So like 500. Writing tablets. Prosperity linen. So a good quality linen finished paper, 8 by 10. 100 for $19. So $1.90. Drawing paper, duplicate books, exercise books. So a carton cost, okay, they were banded, 10 to a set, I guess. 50 packages to a carton. So that's like 50, so that's, is that 500? 50 packages with 10 to a package, yeah. 500. Memo books, pencil boxes, binding cases, crayons, watercolors. Look at these pen points. Erasers. How would you like a gun-shaped pencil sharpener? Fountain pens. Okay, actual size. 14 karat gold-plated nib. $4.50. The heck is that? Eclipse Floradora assortment. 6 ladies' pens individually boxed. Each pen with ribbon. 14 karat gold pen. Iridium tipped point. I have a set that looks like that. No longer in a box, though. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Ink. Not a distress ink among them. Okay, per thousand, $1. Per thousand, $1. Castor oil, the pages, mucilage. Didn't everybody use mucilage in grade 1 when they were gluing stuff down? Shaving cream, talcum powder. Okay, I gotta speed up here. Soother. That's a mighty strange one. Soap, floor wax, paintbrush cleaners, Brasso. That packaging really hasn't changed that much over time. What is this? Stove polish. Okay, then we're into China. Okay, so, Royal Albert. I wonder if there's... Well, okay, let's look at this one. 6... Oh, those are just cup. They're just cups and saucers. So, $10.80 for a dozen. Here's where we're into the dinnerware. A 32-piece set of this pattern costs $7.60. And this is from England, so that's not very shabby. And then specials. A 6-person service, 38 pieces total for $7. Okay, let me move along here. Stoneware, crocks, teapots, stemware, Florentine glass, pressed crystal, Pyrex, jar rings, a gross of pint-size gem canning jars, $17.60. Locks, latches, window glass, formaldehyde, For using, okay, so this is some kind of paint. Dry powder wall coating for mixing in cold or hot water. Didn't know that. Then there are some of these translucent sheets. I don't know what it was really separating here, to be honest, other than here we're into paint and stain sample color charts. Shingle paint. Oh my God, painting your shingles? Yikes, who'd want to do that? A Canadian product, better made. Okay, building papers, bird cages, harmonicas. These guys had you covered. Toys. You could get a dozen 10-inch dolls for $3.80. Caps. Combs. Goggles. Dust masks. I don't know why they called toilet pins. Toilet pins. No idea. Thermometers. A knife. Well, it's called a knife steel, but my dad had one of those. I wonder who ended up with it. Carvers. I don't know why this Gillette thing warranted a full page color ad. Razor stroppers. And those razors, those razors that used to be back in the day before shavers came along. Okay, so this chest with 26 pieces, a service for 6. Cost $18. I don't understand this. It says the dealer's list is $23.90, and yet the price to consumer is $18. So there must be something there that I'm not taking the time to read and understand correctly. Winnie the Pooh was a thing even back then, because of course that was a Canadian invention, shall we say. For brides of today. Okay, 1933. Bookends, cream and sugar trays, cocktail shakers, flasks. I'm telling you, you could get everything here. Pocket knives. Henry Boker knives. Those must have been better or something. Nail clippers and scissors. Oh, some jewelry. Some watches. $12 for a watch, man. I think a lot of people had these mantle clocks. We have one like that belonged to my husband's parents, but it's bigger and nicer, dare I say. Alarm clocks, hangers, padlocks. I know one of my viewers loves padlocks because her dad loved padlocks. Window and door and hardware, those kinds of things. Door hinges. Mallory marble. Oh, that was for screen doors. Carriage bolts and washers. Tacks. Loose grindstones. Saws and T-squares. I would love one of these zigzag rulers. I just haven't been willing to pay the price that I see for them. They sure range in price, though. That, well, mind you, these are an inch wide. Doesn't say what these are. Bright yellow enamel. Okay, more tools, screwdrivers, and so on. Oil cans. Scales. Weather stripping. A pump for your manual pump for barrels. A stock trough, water trough. More stoves, boilers. Oh, I have a copper boiler with lid. Galvanized tubs, galvanized milk pails and milk cans, pots and pans, donut cutter, bread pans, corks. Wonder why they need, well, whatever. Faucets, meat grinders or food choppers, corkscrews, soap dishes, kitchen tools, egg beaters, aluminum. Is that before they knew it caused Alzheimer's? Or suspected it might? Aluminum, aluminum, aluminum. Enamelware. Enamelware had kind of a charm to it. Oh, and remember, do you remember seeing, or, well, I guess seeing rather than having used, this creamy yellow with the green trim? I remember seeing that. The thing about enamelware is, you know, a little rough handling, and before you know it, you've got a chip. Stock pots. Dust pans. Lunch kits. Watering cans. Lamp burners and wicks. Lamp chimneys, because we know that those things used to break first. Batteries. A vacuum cleaner. Wow. Electric fans. Soldering iron. I don't know why this light is flickering here. Seems to me I have a toaster, something like that. Haven't seen it for ages. I wonder where it is. Electrical receptacles and so on. Sad irons. Wheelbarrows, lawnmowers. Gardening tools, farm tools. You probably need a handle for your manure fork. And we're wondering where you could get one. sickle and scythe parts, axe handles, axes and shovels. Oh, horse parts, curry combs, to prevent somebody from, I guess a calf from sucking its mother when you're trying to wean it. Saddlery hardware, chains, these wagon sets. I have one of those. Boy, I must be ancient. Plowshares, that's a nice page of numbers. And my lovelies, that brings, let me see how long this video is. Oh dear, it's an hour. I'm going to stop there. I will do the rest of the haul, the antique haul, in another video. So watch for that the next couple of Thursdays. And it's been a pleasure stumbling down memory lane with you. And thank you so much for joining me. Oh, where's my... Let's pull this trusty little thing up because the video isn't long enough yet. I would just love if you would subscribe. And subscribing is one thing, but of course commenting is so much better. So if you saw something here today that makes you remember your own youth, your parents' or grandparents' youth, then by all means mention it below. It would be interesting to know what those items were. And they were probably different depending what country you grew up in or what part of this country you grew up in. So again, it's been a pleasure sharing these items with you. You can expect that the ones that are out of copyright and can be shared digitally will be. The only problem, of course, is that all of this does take time. I have been without Wi-Fi for the better part of a week. First I thought it was the internet provider, then I thought it was my laptop, and facetiously, I will say that life is not worth living without Wi-Fi. Please understand that that is tongue-in-cheek, but it's pretty close to the truth too. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.